When I was first commissioned to make this painting, it was 4 months into 2023. The beginning of 2023 was a high point for me. The most sacred dream of my heart was coming true before my very eyes. Now, while it came with many painful and confusing problems and situations, it didn't matter. I was willing to surrender and grow through them. I was all in. And I was happy. Then one day, the place I was living in flooded and I was forced to move from the home I loved. This left me with mold poisoning, and I had to move out so fast I didn't have time to do things the right way. I ended up in a living situation I would never have chosen freely. And before long, I had to move yet again under very stressful circumstances, which left me with a debilitating lower back injury. In the middle of all of this, my sacred dream started to unravel. Like sand through my fingers, suddenly it was lost. I felt the exact moment my soul left my body. I was in a state of shock. And then, well, my heart died. When I finally moved to my new home and the dust settled, it became quite apparent that I was in a depressive state of nothingness. I was in the void. And there it sat, this thing from another dimension, taunting me with endless worlds of magic and immense wonder that now I can no longer reach. I have been exiled from my own order. Everything has been taken. Like an outcast begging in front of the door. Yet I have nothing to give. Why did I say yes to this? What was I thinking? Then every day became like the last. Just doing pointless things that actually matter, yet lead to nothing. All my client asked was for a feng shui painting of 9 koi fish swimming in a circle. This should be easy, yet nothing is coming to me. I don't know what to do. Should I quit and give him his money back? No. That doesn't feel right. Well, anyway, I can't look at this anymore. I feel like an abject failure. I have no idea what I'm doing. I have to get out of here. I have to clear my head. question that asks, who am I? What does any of this even mean? What's the point of any of this? Now what? Well, if I'm not gonna quit, then I have to do it. And if I'm gonna do it, then I have to face it. But I'm doing it my way. Excuse me? What is your way? I don't know. Don't ask me that right now. All I know is I have to let the energy come to me, and then the painting will just arrive. And then I can grab it and pull it down from the sky. That's how it works. You're leaving again, though. I thought you said you were gonna work on it. I am working on it. Listen, some days, my work on the painting was spent by walking. Other days, my work on the painting was spent by sitting on benches and watching the world go by. And other days, my work on the painting was spent by going to look at things that I like. One day, while looking for inspiration of Feng Shui koi art, I came across the legend of the koi and the dragon gate. According to this ancient Chinese story, many koi fish were stuck at the bottom of a river. They pleaded with the Jade Emperor, Yu the Great, for help, and his daughter spoke to him on their behalf, asking him to have mercy on the koi. So the emperor granted them a chance at a better life. The koi could swim against the current of the Yellow River through all the mountains, where they would come to a huge waterfall. If any koi could leap to the very top, they would be transformed into a dragon who could leave the water to live forever in the sky as a magic being of honor. The task was impossible, but the koi began their journey. Well now, there are many different themes to the story, but one I particularly liked was that it didn't matter how tired and weary the koi were. It didn't matter how strong, brave, smart, or witty the koi were. It didn't matter how big or small. Only a koi who was meant to be a dragon could reach the gate at the top of the waterfall. Not because it was better or stronger, simply because it was meant to. It was written in the stars. Now further still, just because it was written the koi would become a dragon did not mean that it could stay back and be complacent. That koi still had to do the work. It still had to take the journey. Only then could its fate be fulfilled. That story reached me. I needed to discover it. After all this time, I felt like I was a koi trapped at the bottom of a raging river. I thought I would be better by now, but honestly, I just feel completely numb. That's what it is. My heart is numb, so it's shooting me into the mind, and you can't create real artwork from the mind. It comes from the heart and soul, but I can't feel anything. Excuse me, what is numbness? Well, it's pain unexpressed. Oh, so you can feel. Paint it with the pain. Let each brushstroke feel like dying. Paint it with the blood. And then, when the pain is done coming out, beauty, joy, elation, gratitude, and love will come. And the painting will become all of these things because now, that's what your heart says. Listen, who are you? What do you want from life? Or a better question, what does life want from you?
Is it done?
Yes. My biggest challenge for this was not in the technique of the painting, but in overcoming myself. While an old version of me died, I had to allow a new version to form. I had to find meaning in the meaninglessness. I'm well aware that I always seem to go through extreme highs and lows in life, but that's because I'm not okay with complacency or settling. It's not a part of who I am. I actually go after my wildest dreams, and that requires taking high levels of risk. It doesn't matter what it is. Money, career, art, love. It will either be successful or it won't. And so enters the emotional muscle of being able to keep going, because it never ends. Settling for less, taking the easy way out and suppressing my heart is more painful to me. I can't stay in the audience. I have to get on the field, the court, the stage. I have to see what happens, because that's what my heart says. I don't think there is simply one gate for us to overcome. I think we all have many to pass through in our lifetimes. You're never done. Perhaps if you do become a dragon, the secret is that there are gates only a dragon can discover.